Hey guys, welcome to the Tars 37. I'm reviewing this, which is the DC Comics Wonder Woman movie Menalippe action figure. So really cool, really blessed. Picked this up. Out in 2017, I believe it was a Toys R Us exclusive, and I found it at a local flea market for about $5, which wasn't bad. It's in box, it has everything with it. It was a part of the Ares wave, and it's pretty cool. I believe, like I said, this is sold at Toys R Us. Got the artwork there. Turn this around. On the back, you can see Ares with two swords, and basically Ares was like a four-figure wave, which I have reviewed on the channel. I reviewed him a couple years ago, and they made Menalippe and another Wonder Woman figure as a Toys R Us exclusive, which include exclusive accessories for him, which I thought was a pretty cool idea. But they don't really contribute to the main build of them, so I thought that was neat too, because it didn't really force you to pick them up unless you wanted to. So yeah, let's review it. So here we have her out of packaging, and I think she does look very accurate to how we saw her in the film. I love the colors on the suit too. It's got the like goldish, kind of like brown. I think they did a really good job designing like the Amazonian armor for the DCU. I think that was pretty cool. And I like her little helmet piece here with the gold and the reddish brown. It looks good, and the face looks good. It's got nice molded hair too. I like how they did the ponytail kind of type thing. Looks neat. You got some armor there, a little kind of like V shape. And then you got the gloves here. Not really gloves, but kind of like how they did the hands. I think they look pretty cool. And then I really like how the colors kind of like merge, like the goldish brown. It almost kind of makes it look lettery. It looks really good, and yeah, definitely accurate to the film. And I like the little details on the back there. And then you also have down here, I like how they painted it kind of like up here. It kind of looks a little glossy. And then you have the boots, which look really good. They kind of look a little weathered, kind of like war, which is pretty neat. And yeah, for the most part, it looks pretty neat. In terms of articulation, you got a 360 at the head. You can look up and down, 360 at the arms. Swings out the shoulder, you got a 360 there. And swings out, and with that we got a single joint 360, I believe, at the single joint, 360 at the wrist. The torso rotates 360, legs forwards, backwards, and outwards. You got a 360 at the thigh, single joint knee, and the feet move up and down. So pretty accurate what we see in Mattel, but I think pretty good for the most part. You also get her accessories. You get this giant spear, which is pretty cool. It's like brown and gold. I think this was released a couple times as accessories for the Amazonians. And then you also get this really cool bow and arrow feature for her. So you have the bow, which is brownish gold, and it looks really nice. I think this was exclusive to this side. I don't think they ever released this. And then you get like this brown and gold arrow. If I can pick it up, just dropped it there. Here we go. And yeah, it looks pretty good. It's got a nice little tip there. And basically how this works is you just put the arrow bow here. But basically what they did with the hand here is there's a little hole right here where her fingers are. And you just take the tip of the arrow here and you just kind of like put it in there, because you know it's this little sing line in there. And sometimes it stays in, and then there we go. So for the most part, I like this feature. They did a similar thing with the arrow action figure they made a couple years ago, where they put the hole in between the fingers to hold the arrow, and I think that looks a lot better. McFarlane recently made the bow with the arrow attached, which is kind of cool, but it still doesn't really give it the same effect. So I kind of like how they would make the arrow separate on these. It would have been nice if they had removed alternate hands, because sometimes when they don't have the arrow, it looks a little weird. But regardless, I think it's pretty cool. And the last thing you get here is these two really huge like flame swords for the Ares figure, and they just completely knocked her down. But here is the like original Ares. As you can see, he's pretty tall in there, and this is the sword that he came with. And I always liked that sword. I thought it was pretty cool, but this gives you the option of having him in two different swords, and I can just not get any of these to stand up. Sorry about that. And Ares definitely looks really cool with the sword. I always thought that he looked good with the original sword. Like, I thought Ares was a pretty good collect and connect in general, but I definitely think he looks really good with these. And yeah, so overall I think this is pretty neat. Anytime I review something that's a little bit older, it's kind of hard to find, so I don't always recommend it. However, these do appear to be on the internet quite well and at reasonable prices, so if you're definitely into Wonder Woman and you definitely like the film, I would recommend picking it up. You know, it's not something you really need to complete Ares, but it definitely does make him look a lot nicer. And yeah, at the end, I think it's pretty neat. Thanks for watching. Please rate, like, and subscribe.